Hello and welcome to the N1 Fitness Podcast. I'm your host as always, Marcus Sadu, and today I'm doing a little solo-sode. So I'm talking about a topic that I get asked about all the time, and it's how to get rid of bloating and that heavy feeling. So bloating is super common, but it's not necessarily normal, meaning a lot of people get bloated on a regular basis, but it's due to a number of factors that we're going to dig into. So let's do that right now. First and foremost, you want to get rid of the offenders that are causing the bloating to begin with, right? So you want to skip those foods so you can get to the root of why you're actually getting bloated to begin with. So then you have a lot more control over your digestive health and the way that you are feeling day to day, because your gut or your digestion or your stomach is going to impact every other system in the body. So it's going to be some sort of food intolerance or sensitivity to whatever you put in your system. So essentially, something didn't agree with your body. For me personally, things like too much dairy, Greek yogurt I can tolerate fairly well, but if I have a bunch of cheese, that doesn't work out too well bloating-wise for me. Even things like ground beef or even extra lean ground beef, I don't tolerate all that well. Funky sauces where there's just all sorts of crazy shit in there. Too many things to account for, essentially, and usually those sauces are dairy-based. Too much beer will bloat me. Often foods with a lot of working parts, so pizza, pasta, or intricate restaurant meals where you just don't know all the different things that are going into those meals are likely to cause bloating and that heavy feeling. Now, once you've figured out the culprit or the culprits, what do you do to get rid of the bloating as fast as possible? So on the nutrition front, there's a tendency to wonder, hey, what should I eat when I'm bloated? And the answer is actually nothing. You want to give your digestive system a break. It's already overburdened, so don't add fuel to the fire by throwing additional food on top of it, no matter what that food is. So if you're actually hungry, that's a different story. So if you're actually hungry, eat foods that you know that you're going to tolerate well. So fruit is often quite light. It's satiating. It comes with a lot of water, a little bit of fiber, lean meats and veggies, but even certain vegetables can bloat some folks. So this is something you're going to have to take a closer look at and personalize according to you. Starchy carbohydrates like white rice, yams, sweet potatoes, they're pretty neutral when it comes to digestion, so chances are you're going to tolerate those well. Most fats are tolerated fairly well. Avocados give some folks trouble, but things like olive oil, coconut milk work quite well. Even butter is tolerated well by folks, even with a dairy intolerance, because there's such a small amount of lactose in it. Now, again, your best bet, though, is to not eat. You want to give your body a chance to break down and eliminate the food that you didn't tolerate to begin with. And the best way to do that is by not eating. So give your digestive system a break to handle that food that caused the bloating to begin with. And then that is going to be the fastest way to deal with that process. That's from a nutrition standpoint. Now, movement. You want to get moving, okay? We have lymphatic fluid that goes throughout our whole body, and movement gets lymph flowing. So this is why cancers that infect the areas like the lymph nodes or the lymph in the body are so dangerous and fatal, because they flush through the entire body. So if a cancer moves into your lymph nodes, for example, that are located all over the body, it's going to flush into so many other areas. And because that lymphatic fluid flows throughout the entire body, that's why these specific cancers are so fatal. So using that to our advantage, you want to move your entire body. So get walking, even get a good sweat in if you're able to. I know it's tough to work out on a bloated and heavy stomach, but if you can get a good sweat in, that'd be awesome. You could even actually pop into a sauna or a steam room or something like that. That should help as well. But Get moving, even if it's walking. This is going to speed up the process via lymphatic fluid flowing throughout your body, which will help deal with that bloated, heavy feeling. Now, when it comes to liquids, skip the funky pops, juices, even the 0-calorie drinks, because often the artificial sweeteners themselves can make things worse for folks from a digestive standpoint. So just go with regular water and lots of it. That's going to help keep things moving, flush your body out, and your body doesn't have to work hard to deal with water, for example, but it does need to work to digest incoming food. So water, fair game, get a bunch of it in. Now, that's really it. When it comes to getting rid of bloating, less is more, meaning skip the food, move a bunch, drink a ton of water. It's pretty simple, but first and foremost, and I can't emphasize this enough, figure out what bloated you to begin with. You could use a food diary, or you could even just start noting, hey, I had, a bunch of gluten and I didn't feel all that well. I felt bloated after that. It's tough to say with the meals like I mentioned above that have so many working parts like pizza or pasta, for example, because there's so many potential offenders in there that you would have to narrow things down by ingesting, say, one of those foods at a time. Like I'm going to try having cheese, or I'm going to try having gluten via the crust and things like that. But to say that just pizza in general bloats you is really tough just because there's so many different types of food in there. So again, get back to the root and figure out what's bloating you to begin with, because it's a burden on your gut, it's a burden on your digestive system, and that's going to take a toll on all the other systems in your body because everything is connected. So that's it for today, guys. Pretty quick little solo-sode. I really hope that information was useful for you. And if so, please do like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. The reviews on iTunes really help the podcast grow. So thank you so much to the people that have taken the time to do that. They're greatly appreciated. And continue to send your questions and thoughts in via the website, n1fitness.com, Facebook, Instagram, everything's N1Fitness. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. See ya.